what's the title of this article?
Master on the Mound.
As a good reader, you automatically think strategically and actively to understand what you read. As a tutor, your challenge is to learn specific reading comprehension strategies to teach explicitly, one at a time, to your learner. By learning comprehension strategies, your learner will become aware of how to think in order to make meaning while reading. You'll now see a tutor and a learner using a graphic organizer called a mind map to practice and improve reading comprehension. You can use this mind map strategy to practice at least 3 reading comprehension activities. Activate background knowledge, ask and answer questions as you read, summarize or retell what you've read.
Hey Alicia.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Very good. You know, today we are going to continue working on reading comprehension. And so we're going to learn a strategy. It's a graphic organizer. It's called a mind map. We're going to be drawing a picture together, really. I do want to ask you, what is a strategy?
A strategy is about how you learn.
Yeah, it's something that really helps you learn. It's like a tool that you can use. And in this case, the tool is really going to help us with understanding what we read. Here's a question. Any guesses when you think of the words mind and map put together? What do you think a mind map might be like?
It's a special map.
Yes, it is.
Special map.
It's a special map. And I think what's neat about it is when you watch someone read, like a really strong reader, the only thing you'd actually see is maybe you'd see their eyeballs move a little bit, or maybe you'd see them turn a page, or maybe use their finger. But you really can't see all the complicated thinking that is happening while a good reader reads. So a mind map is interesting because it creates a map of what's happening inside a person's head. Yeah, inside your mind. So it's a way of showing thinking that you can actually look at on the page. Okay? And the reason that's important is because if you want to improve your reading comprehension, you can really find out what's happening inside a person's mind so that you can start thinking that way yourself. Yeah, so we'll see how...
Figure out imagination.
Yeah, so then it can happen in your own mind. We're reading a story, and you told me about a delicious fish and lime recipe that you make. And in looking through the newspaper, we couldn't help but notice like a fabulous picture here. Yeah. So what is this a picture of here?
How do you use the lemon? The lime juice.
Ah, the lime juice. Yes. Well,
that's good.
It's delicious. So here's a bunch of delicious limes. And we have a story all about those limes. Today, while we read the story, I'm actually going to read it out loud while you follow along and listen. And the reason for that is because there are so many things that our mind needs to do in order to read. For example, we recognize words. Sometimes in coming across words, we need to break them down, or we want to read with expression. So there are a lot of things to get caught up in if you're reading a story. And I'm actually going to do all the reading so that you can focus very clearly on comprehension and not have to worry about other parts of reading. Okay? So, and I'm also going to draw out a mind map as we go. It should be a good adventure. Okay? The first thing is, let's take a look at the title here. Wet weather causes huge increases in lime prices. So, Alicia, what do you think this article is going to be about?
The limes
Okay.
and the weather.
Okay, so let's put limes right in the middle here. So I'm going to draw out limes. And we'll put a big circle around that. You mentioned weather.
Weather.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put another bubble here. And we're going to put weather in the middle of it. So far we have these ideas of limes and weather.
And prices.
And prices as well. So we're going to be looking at, the price of limes. So you make delicious food with limes, it sounds like. When's the last time you bought a lime in the grocery store?
The last time. No, I'm not buying it.
You don't buy limes in the grocery store?
In the store that are so expensive.
They are expensive. So how are you making delicious food with limes?
For my friend's trip.
Woo! So it's free.
They are free all the time.
Excellent.
And they have a beautiful tree.
Okay.
The lime they offer me. And I said, yes, I like it.
Okay. So you don't have to really worry too much about the price of limes.
No.
So we're going to read about all those other sad people who are at the grocery store buying limes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to draw a line off of price here. And you've noticed that they're expensive.
It is.
You know, we've only read the headline so far about wet weather causes huge increases in lime prices. Does this raise any questions for you, or is there anything we want to be sure to find out in the article? Okay.
Because the weather.
Yeah, the weather.
The weather not helpful.
Okay.
Some that are dry and they don't have much water.
Okay.
And they have a lot of water.
Okay.
Too much water.
Too much water.
Too much water.
And in this headline, what's the clue that there's too much water?
Yes.
Which word tells us, there's too much water?
Yeah, it's a wet weather.
Yeah, it's wet weather. So we'll say too much water.
Too much water.
And we'll find out maybe why there's too much water nowadays.
They
Yeah.
damage the trees and
Okay. So they damage the trees. I'll write that down. Maybe that's the reason. You know, because there is actually another really big idea in that headline. Maybe there's a lime shortage.
and the limes maybe they come from another country and they're more expensive to get here too.
Okay.
Because come from another country.
Well, let's put a category here, and we're going to find out as we go. You know, just talking about places. Okay, so maybe if they come from a far away place, that makes them more expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe if they're local. You know, we just don't know all the reasons why they're so expensive. So we'll put that as a category and see if we can fill it in as we go, okay?
A graphic organizer, in this case a mind map, can help guide and map out the type of thinking that is necessary to understand a text. It shows a tangible progression of the invisible and automatic processes going on inside a good reader's mind while reading. A mind map is helpful for an adult learner because it models how to think while reading to successfully understand and remember what happens in a text. The goal of practicing reading comprehension is for your learner to master and internalize more and more comprehension strategies to choose from and use in a variety of reading situations. You've seen a tutor do quite a bit of talking when explaining a new strategy. During most lessons, you and your learner would be equally talkative.